Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lighting is here today. Oh man, what's that? Yo, straight up mucus. Okay, to do no takes, freezing episode 6. No, freezing vibrations episode 6 review. There you go. Now, fucking yo, Jesus Christ! All right, I was. All right. My reviews today are going to be quick. All of them will be quick. And the reason why is because I have stuff to do. And I want to do it today. Because tomorrow I have off in class. Some kind of holiday. And tomorrow I'm going to focus mainly on doing stuff for like my other discussion videos that I have planned. Like in the future. Like my future works. Like for example, the Kakashi Sucks video. I plan on working a lot on it tomorrow. So I can hopefully get it done by the end of the week. But that being said. The thing about this, alright, is that when it comes to the actual episode itself, it's really simple, but it shows you a side of Satellites, or I'm gonna call her Stella, that we've never seen before. Where she seems to be, normally Stella is strong, independent, courageous, and we see her in front of her half-brother, Lewis. And there's history there, and that history is mainly of him making her into a slave. I guess a sex slave is appropriate. I mean, I'm pretty sure they did have sex. It's just that he used to abuse her. He had her in chains, on some really fucked up bondage kind of situation. And this fear that he embedded into her, even though she has always portrayed herself as a strong individual, the untouchable queen, in front of him she breaks down because of that trauma that she had. And she every time she sees him, even though she hates his guts, she remembers what he did to her, and she can't say no to him because of that past trauma. There's actually a small scene here where, amongst all the stuff that's going on, where he's touching her feet and where he is grabbing her breast, there's a flash of a scene where literally her panties are off, and then she is facing him ass up, and he's just staring at her ass, and it's just bro, and he's just his pants are down. It's no, they're not fucking. He's just staring at her. He's yeah, Luis, and then he has some weird thing going on in this anime where he has some dual voice thing going on. He's you are my sir, and it's just weird. It's very weird, but regardless, there's a history there, and that history has affected her, and that's probably why she had a problem of people touching her, because of this guy, Lewis, in which Lewis, he would always do these things to her, and she always had this fear of people touching her, and the only exception was Kazuya, because he had no, he could touch her, and she didn't feel, she didn't feel out of place, or she didn't feel that old trauma wouldn't resurface once she was touched by Kazuya. But other people, no, that was a big problem. And in comes Lewis, and now we see why. But aside from that, there are a few gripes. Again, first of all, they're combining arcs here. That's number one. Number two is that they're blitzing through the sibling arc. They're blitzing through this shit. And I'm what the? They're blitzing through. They're literally just this. I could have swore was 10 or 15 chapters. No. See, now you go back. But I know they're going really fast through the arc. I know that for a fact. Number 3, Holly. Holly seems so miscellaneous, out of place. She's on some mock Nimpo shit. She's in the shadows. And then she's watching in the corners and shit. And then it's no, that wasn't the case. That was not the case even remotely in the manga. So I'm thrown off by that too. And I think even Stella's half-sister had more of a role. So, but they're already in the rain scene part where he sicks Holly on Kazuya. What the fuck? That's towards the end of the sibling arc. So knowledge, to my memory. So it's like they're just blitzing through. Holly seems so relevant now, and it's not the case in the manga. We are combining arcs, which is throwing me off the high hell still. He has some weird dual voice thing going on, which is funny, but at the same time it's very strange, because like, you know, like, come here, Stella, and you're like, okay. I mean, I guess it's to impose fear. I guess it's to magnify the trauma that she has suffered, and like we even see her like cave weight, like she calls him master, like Gojujin somehow, or like something like that, master, even in front of Kazuya. And Kazuya, after he gets like reinforcement from a speech by Stella's half sister, he actually has the will to, you know, well, not the will, but he gets the motivation to see this through. And he understands, because after Louis tried to bribe him and say, you know, leave, Stella, she's not going to be a part of the Pandora anymore, of Chevalier, he's like, no, fuck that shit. Like, you're a kid brother, piss off. So, like, he, like, right there, Kazuya, he grew some fucking nuts. He's like, fuck you, dude. Fuck out of here. So that was cool. And at the end of the day, even though he was getting, like, manhandled, like Louis straight up, it was, like, basic. First, it was a kick to the face. Then Kazuya rushed him. Then it was like literally block, headbutt, knee, punch. I'm like, dude, clearly someone needs more training here. Oh, and by the way, Holly, she's the #1 Pandora in England, the England genetics. And the thing about that is that when it came to the whole thing about Kazuya, he has the resolve, even in this situation, where some guys will be like, no, like, you know what, I'm out, okay, fine, Stella, she's yours, have a nice day, give the money, peace, deuces. But he has the resolve to stay with the woman that he loves, and that you gotta respect. So, but aside from that, again, it's throwing me off how they're just combining arcs. I said it 3 times now, but I just need to keep on, like, reminding you guys that they're combining arcs here, and they're blitzing through this shit. So, that being said, the overall rating, I mean, I did like it, because it does make a lot of story progression, in the sense that we now see where a lot of her old trauma comes from, and that's Louis. We now see why she probably didn't like people touching her, aside from Kazuya, because of this trauma that Louis had inflicted upon her back in the day. And so in the sense of story progression, it's there. But everything else is just weird. Alright, I mean, Kazuya's cool, but everything else is just, after that, is weird. All stuff is weird. It's just weird. It's throwing me off, so let me just, for right now, I think the rating system, I'll throw to the side. I'll be very honest, because I'm trying to decipher what they're doing here, because even though there's a lot of story progression, they're still going in the reverse order because of the fact that this is something that occurred in the past, before they went to Alaska. So, it's kind of weird. So the rating system, I think I'll throw aside until they get back to Alaska. So I'm done with that. And by the way, he also knows, and this throws him off too, how he knows about what's going on with the Matey family and how they have intelligence systems. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, since when the fuck? Whatever. I'm done. King Laney, be sure to, of course, rate the video, comment, and subscribe. As always, peace. Have a nice day.